You've been on the outside, you've got 2 touchbacks on the outside.
Make it bigger, make it bigger, make it bigger.
Link up play, come on, link up play. Open your mouth, nice and sharp.
Nah, it's cold. I'm sure. And you have to have one like cold.
Well, good evening, everyone. Essex Senior League action today between West Essex and Stanway Rovers. Skippers Mitchell Adams and Reece Conway leading out the two sides. West Essex in their gold and black up against Stanway Rovers in that sort of turquoise and black kit. Joining me on commentary tonight is Bailey Shorter. Bailey, got plenty of goals potentially in store, with the away side being top scorers in the league. But we are expecting a close encounter, perhaps.
Yeah, very excited for this one. Stanway obviously scoring a lot of goals so far this season. But yeah, really excited for this one. Should plan out nicely. Both teams on a good fire of form at the moment.
They are indeed, and let's run you through them starting lineup. Starting with the home side, West Essex. Lewis Edwards starting in goal. Joel Lamb, George Frederick. Ryan Ramsey, who has been sent off in the past so far this season, does start. Mitchell Adams, the captain, as mentioned earlier. Ed Plackett, Oliver Travell. Nathan Braithwaite, who has a couple of goals in the league so far this season. Yebi Adelani, Zach Oliver and Pascal Thornton complete the 11 for George Carser's side. As for Stanway Rovers, Callum Robinson starts in goal. Ricky Tarbard, Max Sherlock, Harrison Chatting and Joe DeBell does start. Milo Grimes, Jamie Bennett and Reece Conway, the skipper. Oliver Boland, Henry Barley and George Okoye. 3 goals so far in the season for George Okoye. He's the joint second top scorer in the division. He's going to be a man that West Essex have got to keep an eye on for tonight, Bailey.
Yeah, definitely. He'll be the main threat for Stanway tonight. They've got to get hold of him and keep him quiet the whole game. Otherwise, it's going to be a difficult night for West Essex.
Both these sides with attention in the league. Should West Essex win, they will overtake Stanway Rovers. Early days, of course, but when you consider both these sides already out of the FA Cup, Stanway out to Tilbury, West Essex out to Enfield. Their next game, West Essex, is up against Barking away from home after this one. They're playing in the FA Cup tonight, so cup action potentially not really on their forefront in terms of the FA Cup. So the league very much in store, and both these sides having decent campaigns so far. It'll be interesting to see how this one does pan out tonight. Any predictions for this one, Bailey?
Oh, it's going to be a tight one tonight, I think. Obviously, Stanway, 11 goals so far this season, but 9 conceded. But both sides on good form. Both only losing 1 so far. So I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
Expecting a tight encounter indeed. We're at Wadham Lodges Stadium, the home of Walthamstow, the home of West Essex. Our referee tonight is Ben Kelly. The thermals are starting to come out on a few players as we enter the autumn months. And then darker nights do start to set in. I'm anticipating the floodlights soon enough as well. So we the skipper, Reece Conway, to get us underway with Stanway Rovers going from left to right in this first half. Very good evening to you all. West Essex versus Stanway Rovers, with Stanway Rovers getting us underway. Flipping this one long down towards where Callum Boland is. Towards on this near side, of course. Stanway's setting up in that back 4 of theirs. Ricky Tarbard out on towards this right-hand side position. Down the line is the away side to try and create the first attack of the game. Decent interception though as West Essex look to charge forward. Pascal Thornton. These early encounters, Bailey. Just want to get yourself a foothold on the ball. Don't let anything go early doors. Keep it nice and tight.
Yeah, it's always going to be a slow start for both sides, you know, get into the groove really. But an early goal, you never know. But it's very rare. It's very rare this occasion. But yeah, you just want to get hold of the ball, make sure you don't give it away, do the simple things, and, you know, grow into the game as the game progresses.
Was Ryan Ramsey trying an audacious through ball. It's going to trickle out for Stanway Rovers goal kick. Stanway Rovers, who are the top goal scorers in the Essex Senior League so far this season, 11 goals. They were able to get 7 of them against Sawbridgeworth Town. 11 goals in that game. They did draw their last game 0-0 though against Woodford Town, the league leaders, who have played their opening 4 games away from home. Won 3 of them and drew 1. Here come West Essex then. as Adalani gets one of his first few touches of the ball and holding up the play well as that was just trying to be played in behind by Nathan Braithwaite. Couldn't quite get the pass that he wanted. It's looking like a back four at the moment for West Essex here, Bailey, and I think Ryan Ramsey is just tucking himself in on towards that left-hand side. He's been brought down there. Or not, it was a back three at one moment. Let's just see how Ryan Ramsey pushes himself into this game.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those, I think, where managers probably will swap and change throughout the season, formations, tactics, depending on the opponents. But I think throughout this game, we'll see tactics change, depending on how the game's planning out. You know, an early goal might make them sit off a little, but yeah, we'll see how Ramsey's positioning plays out throughout the game.
There's Jamie Bennett getting involved. Good header away there by Joel Lamb. There's Ricky Tarbard. Good defending there by West Essex, but a little bit too aggressive for our referee Ben Kelly's taste. Mitchell Adams going in a little bit too tight there.
Pascal, if that's the case, I need you in, yeah?
Henry Barley over this one. One thing that a lot of the players will have to consider is this ball is going to bounce really, really high. A bit of a dry pitch this evening. So that's always going to send that ball a little bit further than potentially it would. It's going to be the...
Decent ball in towards the box as well. And
at that far post. Just couldn't quite get the contact on it. That was half a chance there, Bailey.
Yeah, it's a great ball that nearly resulted in an opening goal early on, but yeah, I think he's called for an offside there. Actually, or the goalkeeper just lost where he's supposed to be. But no, yeah, it's a good ball, and you know, early doors is what you like to see. But you know, it's ended up trickling out, obviously for an offside in the end.
Slightly too early with the run. Back Sherlock sending that one down the line. A few down here on this relatively mild evening here in Walthamstow. The sun was baking down earlier, but when that does go down, we know the chilly conditions do start to set in. I didn't think we'd be seeing thermals at the start of September, but there's a sign that colder months are on the way.
Yeah, that's very surprised me, to be honest, that thermals are out.
Max Sherlock over the throw and wanting to keep himself warm this evening. Sending this one down the line. Met there by skipper Mitchell Adams. Not the best of clearances. Picked up there by Barley. Chatting can't quite get a hold of it as West Essex looks to try and skip one in behind and create one on the counter-attack with decent covering. It's only as far as Adalani puts this one across the face of goal. Decent clearance though by Ricky Tarbard, who just did some decent covering there to fullback.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the flag to be raised there, but it wasn't raised, and it's another chance here.
Oh, and the flag stayed down, and what a chance that is for Pascal Thornton. He got it all wrong in the end. He had more time than he realised there.
I was just talking about waiting for the flag. I was waiting for the flag there again, but he seems to be timing his runs perfect at the moment.
They're complaining for a free kick, and they're going to get it as well. Stanway, who have been prone to conceding a few goals so far this season, they've conceded 9 in just 5 games. There's a bit of a warning sign there. Stanway will have the opportunity with this free kick. Again, in a relatively dangerous position. I imagine once again it's going to be the left foot of Henry Barley to whip this one in towards that penalty area. They didn't deal with it amazingly well last time, West Essex. I suppose that defensive line did hold firm. It looks like they're trying to do that again here, Bailey, trying to really set themselves on the edge of the penalty area.
Yeah, I expect him just to click this back post, but you can see the two attackers there at the front post, but nothing really to come from that one. Didn't flood the box as much as last time.
Potentially set pieces is what could the breakthrough in this game. It's going to be another Stanway Rovers throw on that left-hand side. I think Max Sherlock has had more touches of the ball with his hands so far than he has with his feet. 7 minutes play, just over. If you're just joining us, Essex Senior League coverage between West Essex and Stanway Rovers, 0-0. Best chance of the game so far coming to Pascal Thornton, who just got it all wrong in the end. It's going to be a West Essex free kick there, just inside of their own half. And this gives Ryan Ramsey the opportunity to trot forward from left back. He does seem, I've picked him out once already, but he seems like a player that is quite keen to get himself forward on that left-hand side. We might see some overlapping runs at some point in this game. And he's played forward by Ed Plackett down the throat of the pitch. Fallen here to Braithwaite. There is Ramsey. Oh, and a lovely chip over the top, and they're queuing up there, but the flag is up in the end. But that was a clever little insighted ball by Ryan Ramsey, and just needed a bit of better timing from Adelani, but I think it was Pascal Thornton that was in an offside position there.
Yes, Adelani and Thornton queuing up, but no one could really just get on the end of it. But luckily, the flag's gone up.
Georgia Coyle, some brilliant feet there on that right-hand side. He's the man they've got to look out for tonight, West Essex. Playing on that right-hand side. Decent header away by Joe DeBell. Over to come and take this one. Sending that one long. Thornton's going to chase it all the way, and it's some good chasing there by Pascal Thornton because everyone else gave up on it. Back towards Ramsey, chips this one in towards the box. There's Braithwaite! And there's the opening goal of the game. His third goal in the league this season. A decent ball in, put in, and Nathan Braithwaite was there with a decisive volley into that bottom left corner. And West Essex have the opening goal of the game in this one.
That is a great finish, by the way. You don't appreciate them that much. He's just calmly tucked that into the corner. It's all come from Thornton, not giving up on that ball. All the defenders for Stanway seemed to just stand still. Thornton chased it down. I mean, set Ramsey back, who's with a lovely ball in. We've already seen him play a lovely ball earlier in the game. Braithwaite there. A lovely finish.
Slow start to the game for Stanway Rovers. West Essex were threatening, and they do get their reward, and they've got a free kick on the halfway line. 10 minutes played, and it's been the dream start for George Carter's side, who, as things stand, Bailey, if I can quickly check the league table, does move them up into 4th place, into them playoff positions.
Yeah, you want to start well in the season, don't you? And it's good news. There's still a long season ahead, but every result's going to matter, especially with against a side like Stanway are also up there competing. It's going to be a good result if they can hold on to this. But I was just going to touch on us. I was going to mention just before the goal how both sides look like they're kind of taking their time, not really in a rush. With that goal, I reckon West Essex will probably slow it down more, and Stanway are going to, be speeding things up, and hopefully it's going to kick-start this game even earlier.
Well, we are anticipating goals potentially from the away side with how clinical they have been so far this season. But it is the home side who have the lead here, courtesy of a brilliant volley from Nathan Braithwaite. Stanway Rovers with work to do in this game as that one is sent long down the line towards Callum Boland. Chatting. The pass that he wanted, and West Essex are showing no sign of slowing down after that first goal. Slightly mishit pass, and that's forced Ramsey out of position. Here is Okoye. He looks like a threat early doors. He's only had a few touches, but he looks like a player that's full of confidence at the moment. There's George Okoye. Switch of play. Yellow and black shirts crowding round, but Ben Kelly doesn't like the look of that challenge that came in, and once again with the set piece, West Essex with an opportunity, taken quickly down towards this left-hand side. Max Sherlock whips one in towards the penalty area, away by Joel Lamb. Better dealt with this time by Stanway momentarily as Sherlock touches that one off to the pitch. West Essex not being afraid to play this ball long early doors here, Bailey, and it's working in their favour so far.
Yeah, Stanway seem to not be able to deal with it very well, but you know they've looked the better side, West Essex, even if it's not been the prettiest. But you know, I think Stanway have just got to give them time, be patient. Their chances will come, especially if they get Okoye on the ball. But yeah, just clipping it like that. You know, they've dealt with it there. I think that's twice now. They've dealt with it in a row. But it is sometimes a pain to deal with as a defender. It's not nice having to, you know, run back to your own goal constantly.
I mentioned as well, with the way this pitch is, it's going to bounce higher, it's going to bounce longer. And potentially West Essex playing with the conditions a little bit as well. That's a decent header away by Mitchell Adams. Plackett sends that one long. And Pascal Thornton can give chase. He's being a bit of a handful at the moment for them Stanway Rovers defenders. And he's won himself a throw on as well for his team. It's a really good play there by Pascal Thornton, who's just hungry at the moment.
Yeah, he's not scared to chase any ball over the top. He'll chase everything down. Whether he's 20 yards away or what, he will chase it down. I'd like to know how long he's going to be chasing for, but right now it's becoming a handful, yeah.
With a decent little chest down. That was going to dribble wide of Callum Robinson's goal. Seems to have that one easily covered in the end. George Castle just on the touchline, just almost ushering his side to play a little bit higher and trying to stop the press. There is Thornton, and a fantastic save though by Callum Robinson. That all came, I just was noticed George Castle just waving his side on, put a bit of a press on the away side, and from that press it created the opportunity for Pascal Thornton. Really good save though by Callum Robinson to keep the scoreline at 1-0.
Big chance, good save on Robinson. That's a big chance, especially early doors. It's Thornton yet again on the end of it.
The resulting corner is easily cleared. Ramsey trying to keep it alive, but Stanway able to clear their lines. They've got the game plan right so far, have West Essex. And Jamie Shaw, the Stanway Rovers manager, has got a real bit of thinking time to do. Still half an hour to play of this first half. Still very much early doors. And that's going to be a free kick in another dangerous position. We are back going here with Stanway Rovers. Here is Henry Barley through the middle of the pitch on towards this right-hand side where there is George Okoye. Well, Ramsey can't quite get there and Stanway Rovers back in possession. Do apologise for that slight little technical error we had there, but promise you miss nothing as Stanway Rovers are looking to try and create something with Callum Boland. Nearly got himself into a decent position there, and I think that's going to be the first corner of the game for Stanway Rovers. Barley over this one then. Would be a nice way for Stanway Rovers to potentially get themselves back into this game with the set piece. They've obviously worked on this one on the training ground. It's gone back towards Barley. Whips that one in towards the box. Decent little flick on, just needing for it to fall, and it's not going to fall in a turquoise way, and it's going to fall in a West Essex way. Adelani trying to hold up the field of play. He's done really, really well there, Adelani. And now West Essex can drive forward. Oliver switching the field of play. Braithwaite is all alone there. He couldn't quite get his touchdown. Adelani! And it's off the line. Huge defensive moment there from Stanway Rovers. I can't believe Braithwaite had that much time there, Bailey.
I know, I saw him just off screen as Adelani was holding the ball in the middle of the park, and he was on his own then, and I can't believe he's gone all the way to the box on his own and still had the time to take it down and try and create something, but he was on his own from early doors there. As soon as that chance was kind of starting, I'm surprised no one picked him up.
You thought Stanway might have learned from Nathan Braithwaite getting the opening goal of this game. He had more time in that situation, was able to pick out Adelani. But a heroic clearance off the line keeps it at 1-0. Here is George Okoye. And look how deep he's had to come just to get himself on the ball. Okoye, the architect of this move so far. Tarbard can't quite pick out of his pass and he's out of position now. Good interception though by Chatting. Flag is up anyways. Good interception though by Mitchell Adams, but it is going to be offside.
The decision needs to be better there.
Halfway through this first half, West Essex 1, Stanway Rovers 0. Thornton with the flick on and just taking an elbow there, I think, is Ricky Tarbard. I think he's going to be okay too. Not need treatment. Ramsey happy to take his time in front of his manager. Find its way towards Thornton. There is Ramsey again. Oliver gives it away. Stanway just trying to clear their lines. haven't quite got the ball moving probably as well as they would have liked so far, Stanway Rovers. We've only seen a few glimpses of George Okoye, their real talisman this season. How do they need to get him more involved in this game?
Do you know what? I'm not too sure, to be honest. I think West Essex are just defending well, and you know they're not messing about with it when they do receive it. Like they're just getting it gone, or you know trying to counter, and they've kept it well, to be honest, when they have tried to keep it West Essex. So with Stanway, they've just got to wait for West Essex to make mistakes, and then the game will come, and then you know the game will open up the more West Essex, you know, make mistakes and fatigue. But right now, they've just got to be patient. Okoye, you know, we saw him dropping deep to receive the ball. You know, if that continues, then your team's not playing well around you if you keep having to drop deep to get involved. So for now, I think they've just got to be patient and wait for West Essex, you know, to give the ball away or have a little slip up, and then counter on that, and then the game will just surely open up.
Stanway Rovers, who have only lost once so far in the league this season. We have only played 5 games. We do have work to do, though, in this one. It's a fabulous finish, though, from Nathan Braithwaite, who has really been probably the best player on the pitch so far. Mickey Tarbard, Okoye, spinning in behind is Okoye. Now on towards this far right-hand side position, up against Braithwaite, who does seem to be man-marking Okoye at times. That was going to be whipped in towards that penalty area by Barley, headed away. Joel Lamb can clear. And Ramsey can send it further. Cheaply given away, though. Need to pick up the right ball, trying to send Adalani on his way, but it's going to be a simple one for Robinson to come and gather.
I've noticed West Essex, they are picking up all the second balls, every ball that drops, their midfield's there. Maybe Stanway, just that could be something they can improve on, just, you know, battling more in the midfield, making sure they're there for the second balls to sweep up, because that's what West Essex seem to be winning first at the moment.
So it's them energy levels that they've got at the moment, Bailey. I know they've got a game coming up on Friday, West Essex, but they certainly look sharp at the moment. Yeah,
they do. I think I think they know their tactic really. You know, just to try and clip it, but they know it's not always going to go in behind. So the defender's going to head it, and then they're already there, anticipating the ball to come back. And then I think that's just why they seem to be there more than Stanway.
Oh, and there's Thornton. Well, right as you said there, Bailey, just getting on them little clips, and it fell to Pascal Thornton, who he just seems to have all the time in the world. Set it up on that right foot of his and just bends it into that bottom right corner. Callum Robinson couldn't get there. That seemed the simplest goal in the world.
That's a great finish. I was going to touch on Thornton just before that, and he took it down with his chest lovely, and he's been a pivotal part so far in this first half, in these first 30 minutes. And that's a great finish. And like you said, he looks like he had all the time in the world just to slot that home. 2-0.
Joe DeBell is probably going to get crucified in the changing room, because the effort he made to try and block the ball by dangling a right leg, it took a ricochet off of that, which just sent it away from Robinson. And once again, West Essex rolling forward, and there is Braithwaite getting through the gears, able to keep it in play. It's going to be a West Essex throw on deep inside of Stanway's half.
Just seems like there's a different energy for West Essex so far as Stanway, you know, just wanting to win. I think they know tactically they're set up perfect. They know what they need to do, and they're sticking to it. They know they ain't going to get every loose ball. They just know that, but they're sticking to it, and they're running as well. They're running more than Stanway right now. It's working wonders. Oof.
That was a half-decent chance as well. Adalani with the header. After another decent ball in put in by Ryan Ramsey. I said early doors I anticipate overlapping runs from him. I didn't anticipate these pinpoint crosses as well. They really are causing a bit of a threat, are West Essex and Stanway Rovers. And there's 15 minutes to play of this first half. They can nick one before half-time to reduce the deficit, but if I'm Jamie Shaw, the manager, I want him to get in at half-time and regroup your side. We know they're capable of goals, and they've certainly got to find some in this game. Coy, lovely take by George Okoye, and there is a man that does know his way around a goal, holding up the field of play well and creating a little bit of space for himself. Tarbard. Barley being hounded there backwards. Mike Sherlock sending that one down the line. It's simple in the end for Ed Plackett to pluck that one out the air. Here goes George Frederick. Travelling a long way with the ball. And it's all Stanway can do to try and clear their lines. It's going to be a free kick to the home side as well, in another promising position. And I'll tell you what, we've just passed the half-an-hour mark. If you're just joining us, it's West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 0. Goals from Pascal Thornton and Nathan Braithwaite is what separate the two sides. And as it is, we expected a close encounter, but it is very much a one-sided contest so far. So it's to be whipped in by Ryan Ramsey here, Bailey.
Yeah, I was going to touch on Ramsey. We were talking about him before the game, how his positioning would go over the game. And I said he'd probably drop a bit deeper as if they do take an early lead. And I'll tell you what, it's not. He's up and down that left-hand side. He's everywhere right now. And he's been one of the outstanding performers so far as he whips this in.
It's a decent delivery. Well defended, though, by Stanway Rovers. And Joe DeBell can clip this one long. That's all Reece Conway can do just to try and keep the ball, and Joel Lamb puts that one into touch. Frederick. Travell giving away the throw on. Huge complaints from the technical areas down there. Here is Harrison chatting. Okoye is in a lot of space if they can try and find it to him on that right hand side. Standing all alone. Being forced back towards Callum Robinson. And I tell you what, Bailey, that's probably going to really, really frustrate manager Jamie Shaw, because that's probably the first time in 33 minutes that George Okoye has had a lot of room to operate in, and they didn't get the ball to him.
I know, they've just got to try and find him there, just try and clip it to him, try and find a little passing lane. But, they look like they were trying to keep the ball on the ball there a bit more than they have done. There you go, he's a man on him right now there. The opportunity of him in space seems to have gone now, but yeah, they seem to be having the ball a bit more. I think they just need to keep it, be patient. As Okoye comes down this right-hand side, he's looking sharp. They've just got to get him on the ball a little bit more.
He certainly looks like the threat for the away side, doesn't he? He's won his side the corner here. Henry Barley's going to come over to win that one. He's got a real presence about him, doesn't he, George Okoye? Able to try and find that little half a yard of space. I stand corrected. It won't be Henry Barley to whip this one in. Jamie Bennett's decided to take this one instead. The outswinger rather than the inswinger.
Yeah, they went short last time. Didn't really work, so let's see how this one goes.
It's not the best of deliveries. A little flat, but he's falling on the edge of the penalty area. And a thunderbolt of a strike. Harrison chatting, reducing the deficit just to 1. And we really have a game on our hands now.
That is a good goal, right in that bottom corner. I don't know how it's gone through that crowd of players, but that was needed for Stanway. Big time, and that's a great finish. And Stanway, hopefully they can kick in to a new gear here now off that wonderful effort.
Play not slowing down though as the home side looking to try and get a really quick response, and just for a moment I thought Adelani was going to get himself on the end of that. Trickles out for a Robinson goal kick. But that was a bullet of an effort from Harrison Chatting, playing in that holding midfield role and drilling it past Lewis Edwards, who had absolutely no chance in goal.
Yeah, hopefully Stanway now gain up confidence, can kick in to a new gear, and you know, don't concede early. It's just like they nearly did. So that would have been awful just after that great strike.
Oh, look at this for a play here, Bailey. They nearly got themselves in behind once again, did West Essex. That's going to fall out towards Oliver, just trying to help it's on its way. That's going to trickle out for a corner, and I think Adelani you just saw instantly, he put his hands to his head. I think he knows if he just got a slight little touch on that, that could be 3-1. Play not slowing down at all in what is really got the feel of almost like a basketball match. Nathan Braithwaite over this corner then, who has been heavily involved in this game. In towards that far post. Oh, they're queuing up to try and head it home here. Looping header, but a decent clearance off the line. Better than decent. Extraordinary clearance from Ricky Tarbard. That's happened a couple of times in this game. Oh, and that's a little bit naughty from McCoy on Braithwaite. And this game's got everything at the moment.
God, that was a great chance. A great clearance. Thought it was in. This game, it just gets better and better as the minutes go down. Hopefully Stanway can get going. And West Essex, they've been incredible. Even though they've conceded, they've not backed down. Their energy hasn't been lost. We've got a good game on our hands here.
Mitchell Adams with the header, and it was a clever header as well. He knew he had to generate all the power because there was nothing on the ball back to him. He just sent it looping in the air, and Ricky Tarbard getting himself right place, right time. Brilliant clearance. Now here comes Thornton, holding up the field of play well. Frederick. Switch of play out towards this left-hand side where Ramsey can't quite get there. That's going to be a Stanway Rovers throw on. We've got about 7-8 minutes to play of this first half. I don't want it to end. This has been thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, very entertaining. I would call it 2-2, and you know, it's 2-1 already, but it's not disappointing. I knew there'd be goals. I knew there'd be entertainment. It's been very, very good first half on both sides.
It's going to be like a 3-3, a 4-4 in their game before their draw against Woodford Town. There was 11 goals in Stanway Rovers' victory against Sawbridge Worth Town. 7-4 in that game. Robinson switching out towards Max Sherlock, who has acres of space, and Chatting is moving over to give himself an option, the goal scorer for Stanway Rovers. They go forward instead towards Bennett, trying to find a little bit of room for himself, but well interception by West Essex. Braithwaite, lovely little ball there in towards Thornton. Adelani's making that move through the middle. Adelani with the chip, and just over the top of the crossbar in the end. Robinson came, he didn't get there. And it's just gone over the top. Good opportunity for West Essex.
It's unlucky. Adelani, it will come. He will get a goal tonight. I can guarantee you that. He's getting the chances. He's just got to finish one, and I reckon it will come. It definitely will, especially with Thornton. If Thornton keeps getting that ball down and, you know, producing, it's going to happen.
Oh, taking a little bit too long there is DeBell. Here is Adelani. DeBell can't quite get there. He just does in the end, making up for his errors, and he's hurt himself in the process, I think, here. A goal kick has been given. I think that should be a corner. But Joe DeBell, just saving his blunders for a moment. And he seems to be in a little bit of discomfort, does the centre half.
Yeah, this front two of Thornton and Adelani is causing all sorts of problems. You can see why they've scored a fair few goals this season. West Essex, and probably more, hopefully a fair few more tonight.
Chatting, sending that one down the line. It's going to dribble out from the touch of Ed Plackett for a Stanway Rovers corner on the opposite side, towards where them spectators are. Max Sherlock has trotted up from left back to whip that one in towards the middle. Joe DeBell has moved forward. I think he would love a goal just to boost his confidence in this game. Into the box now, and a free header in the box as well. And that was a golden opportunity for Stanway Rovers.
Yeah, he was free. And it's a good header, to be fair. He's just trying to guide it, but just off target. But I can't believe how free he was there in the box for that corner.
I mean, it was a simple run made. And West Essex just switching off for a moment. Good header away by Chatting. Pumped forward by Milo Grimes. Lewis Edwards has all the time in the world to gather this one. Lamb. Again, they're not changing their tactics, and it's working really, really well here. Zach Oliver putting that one in towards that far post. Adelani can't quite get there. He's had a few of them tonight, has Yemi Adelani. It just hasn't been his day so far, but he keeps on getting himself into those positions. Matter of time, do you think, Bailey?
Well, I said if I had to put my money anywhere, I'd put him to score, especially after these last 20 minutes. But I hope I've not jinxed him. It's another good chance there for him. Slowly but surely will come. That's a good little play from Zach Oliver there as well on that left-hand side to whip that ball in.
That's a decent ball by Henry Barley, which is going to have to be dealt with at the back there by West Essex and dealt with well. And time for Lewis Edwards to regroup. Couple minutes or so to go before half-time. West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 1. In West Essex last game versus Stansted, they did win 2-1. Goals from Braithwaite and Adelani. Tonight they've had goals from Nathan Braithwaite again, but Pascal Thornton getting himself on the score sheet instead. Now it's pumped towards Pascal Thornton, who does leap high, and he's causing a real problem here, is Pascal Thornton. Milo Grimes is complaining for a free kick. It didn't look enough in it for me, to be honest. He's having a word with our referee tonight, Ben Kelly. Just seemed to me that Pascal Thornton jumped and he's causing some problems, but I'm not sure if Milo Grimes needs some treatment here, actually. He's just trotting off the field of play. I'm not sure if there was a whack there. Nevertheless, Stanway Rovers are going to be reduced to 10 just for a moment. Bennett intervenes. Nice little bit of footwork there by Bennett as well. And he's able to win the throw on for Stanway Rovers and gives Milo Grimes the opportunity to return back onto the field of play. Time here for Mitchell Adams to pump this one towards Pascal Thornton. Another one of them flicks. Adelani helping it on even further. Callum Robinson can gather.
Yeah, Pascal Thornton, he seems to win everything, doesn't he, in the air? It's a real menace. And he's playing well for West Essex tactics. He's the main man when they clip it long. Here he is again, off his chest. Oh, that time didn't work quite well, but you see what they're trying to do, and it's working every time, really. They're finding him every single time they clip it long.
He was just trying to set Yemi Adelani on his way. Adelani was just moving himself back in towards an onside position. Here is Braithwaite. Zach Oliver. Puts that one into touch, and our referee having a little look at his watch, but slight little delay here. I think that's Ed Plackett that is just in a little bit of discomfort. But there is half time. Gives Ed Plackett the moment to get himself regrouped. To run you through how that first half panned out. Nathan Braithwaite with a brilliant volley to make it 1-0 to West Essex. And Pascal Thornton had all the time in the world to curl one nicely in towards that bottom right corner. We were expecting West Essex to go in 2 up at the break, but a driller of a strike from Harrison Chatting reduces the deficit to just 2-1 at half-time. We'll be back with you in 10-15 minutes. But at half-time, it's West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 1. There we go. So West Essex making their way out for the start of this second half. Kickoff in just a minute or so's time, and we can get Stanway out for this second half. Potentially they're spending a little bit more time in there because they've got a lot of things to discuss here, Bailey. And one of them is how they're going to get themselves back into this game. They've got to find themselves a goal, but what's going to be the key to have a better second half? Bailey in just a moment, but if you're just joining us, it's West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 1. Stanway Rovers now making their way back out onto the field of play. Bailey's got himself sorted. Stanway Rovers have had to get themselves sorted during that half-time interval. And what have they got to do here then, Bailey, to get themselves back into this game?
Stop Thornton. I think that's the first thing. He's winning every ball that's been clipped over. And stop the runners off him. If they can't stop Thornton, then track the runners off him, track the loose balls, and then obviously the second balls, like I just said, like the loose ones, they've got to be there as well, because it seems like West Essex is just sweeping them up and then creating from that as well. But I've been very impressed with a lot of players from West Essex. Just Stanway, I think, attacking-wise, however, I think, not too sure. West Essex do sit in a good block. You know, when they do defend, they are tight, they are hard to break down. I think they're just on the ball, be patient, and they've got to, you know, maybe try whipping some crosses or cut some passing lanes. But yeah, I've been very impressed with West Essex so far. So against what Stanway have done.
Got a bit of work to do, don't they? Stanway, no changes at half time. It doesn't look like for either side. 5 options on the bench for either of them. On West Essex's bench, Sanchez Hardy and Dow, Matt McDowell, Darnell S.R. Williams and Nella too. The Stanway Rovers, Jordan Barnett, Mark Stain, Harry Thomas, Christian Frimpong and Freddie Cooper as well. So Ben Kelly's ready to get us back underway. West Essex with a goal advantage. They kick us off. There's Braithwaite, who was very impressive in that first half. Travel giving the ball away here is Bennett. And this is a bit more of a better start from Stanway Rovers. And there is Okoye already in behind. Here goes Okoye. It's just going to trickle out eventually in. Not at the first attempt, but at the second attempt for George Okoye. And inside, it must just be 30 seconds. Stanway Rovers with a response. We were just saying, how do you get yourself back into the game? An early goal in the second half is the perfect start for them, and there's going to be a yellow card potentially here for George Kaza. He's just having a word with referee Ben Kelly. But what a start to the second half for Stanway Rovers.
Well, that was a quick goal. West Essex just seems so open. Like they've gone from being so compact at the back and they're just open, just instantly. Okoye obviously gets the goal in the end, but it's a fast start, an unexpected one personally. But wow, we've got a game on our hands now, big time.
That takes George Okoye to the joint leading goal scorer now in the Essex Senior League. 4 goals in that campaign, in his campaign so far. We had money on Braithwaite, we had money on George Okoye. You had money on 2-2, it's 2-2 now, Bailey. And just gone down there is Max Sherlock.
That's where you've got to be an option for Max. You and Ben are stood here together. I told Ben to go in for him to be the first one. Instead, it just looked like there's 2 of you facing Max up with no fucking help.
Jamie Shaw, sorry, was just over there just to see if his player was okay. It was Jamie Shaw having a word with referee Ben Kelly just a moment ago. Apologies for that, George Kaza. You are not potentially getting a yellow card. Jamie Shaw maybe getting a little bit too excited that whatever his half-time team talk was said was perfectly put into practice. Now here is Adelani. Braithwaite given away there cheaply.
Yeah, they've got the goal they needed there, Stanway, but I want to know and see how they deal with Thornton. You know, the likes of Braithwaite, which they didn't do so well in the first half. But if you ask me, what do you think the score should be? I wouldn't say it's 2-2, but you know, Stanway there with a quick goal. Must have been a good team, so I've got half time.
A real smash and grab, similar to their first goal. More so the smash, less so the grab. So moving forward on this right-hand side are the away side, and suddenly the momentum really going in Stanway's favour. Ramsey with the intervention, and it's going to be a throw-on out on this right-hand side for Ricky Tarbard to get himself involved. You're going to have to keep half an eye on Harrison chatting on the edge of the penalty area as Joe DeBell trops up for this long throw-on about to be launched in. And it's deep as well, and it hasn't been dealt with convincingly by Ed Plackett. Dealt with enough. And West Essex suddenly look like a bag of nerves. Polar opposites compared to how they looked in the first half.
Yeah, Stanway they're getting more of the ball all of a sudden, creating opportunities. Just look the better side all of a sudden. I can't believe it.
Braithwaite looking to try and find a response. He's found it on to the other goal scorer, Pascal Thornton. Decent run there by Thornton, but doing his defensive work this time is George Okoye. Sherlock. Caught up in his feet ever so slightly. Travell can clip that one down the line. Adelani can't quite get there. He's had a few chances in this game, has Yemi Adelani. Don't know if it's going to come to haunt him. Such a rapid player though. And still someone that Stanway have to keep a sharp eye out on.
Yeah, I hope them chances don't come back to haunt him. After I said I expect him to score now, which don't the commentators curse, do we?
Well, here is Adelani trying to prove you wrong here, Bailey. Got to work it onto that stronger left foot of his potentially. Going to get across the face of goal, and it's a good interception there by Max Sherlock. Pulling it behind for a West Essex corner.
We really saw his pace there, right in behind. Nearly created a proper chance there, but just nicked away at the near post.
Proving a bit of a handful to deal with. Nathan Braithwaite then to whip this one in towards that penalty area. Hasn't been dealt with convincingly. Falling on the edge of the box to be hit, and it's well blocked, and Okoye can break away. And this is the last thing for defenders to look at. George Okoye hounding at you. And I think that's one that is just going to be taken for the team. And it certainly will be a yellow card as well. Ed Plackett giving away the free kick. And I feel like he had to do that. So there, Bailey just didn't want George Okoye to continue anymore.
Yeah, it's one of those where no one's going to be having a go at him for getting that yellow card. It had to be done. Okoye was just going rapidly down the field. I think he had a few options as well. They would have easily created a chance there, but yeah, one of those fouls that has to be done, really.
You can call it professional, you can call it cynical. Either way, Ed Plackett having to pick up a yellow card, and here is the resulting free kick with Stanway Rovers putting that one in towards that penalty area. Okoye is there in another dangerous position. And queuing up on the edge of the box here. He chipped in towards that far post as well, but a simple gather for Lewis Edwards in goal. Potentially could have done a little bit more with that one there. Good Stanway Rovers. Oliver Travell. Trying to travel with the ball down on this right-hand side, and he's just gone a little bit too aggressive there on Max Sherlock. And there is George Kaza, who is complaining towards referee Ben Kelly. Not feeling that one was a free kick. Free kick for you there, Bailey?
The ref's given loads of soft ones today. I'm not surprised he's given another one there, but they always say the ref's got better view than us, which I never know is always the case, but I'm sure he does for this one.
A decent view in the centre circle and a nice view of the switch of play out towards Max Sherlock once again, who has absolute acres in front of him. Happy to move forward is Max Sherlock, giving the ball away cheaply though towards Braithwaite. His first thought is always to go forward, maybe a little bit too keen to go forward there. Oliver Travell. Taking that one down the line towards Adelani, but the flag has gone up and you can see the reaction on the touchline. That must have been tight.
I see the liner just nodding, and yeah, it was offside.
He was pretty content there. Here is Ricky Tarbard. I'll tell you what, Stanway Rovers now suddenly look like they're starting to move the ball around much better.
Yeah,
here
definitely.
Is Sherlock. They just seem to be growing in confidence in this game, Bailey.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like even first off, they didn't string any passes together. They weren't. I don't even know. I just feel like they didn't have much of the ball either. And all of a sudden, they're kind of dominating the game, playing their own way. I feel like they kind of playing how West Essex want to play. You know, lump it long and get on the end of stuff and have a scrappy one. And do you know what? I think they've realised, why are we doing this? We need to get it down, play our own game, and just got on the early goal and. Just see them dominating now. They probably look like the better side. So it'll be good to see how this one plays out.
I know it's early days in the table, but that Georgia Coy goal does move Stanway Rovers back into them playoff positions and West Essex out of them. We've still got many more games to go, but if you're fascinated by the league table, that's as it stands so far. This one's whipped in towards that far post. Nobody there apart from Lewis Edwards, who can easily gather for West Essex. 55 minutes played. 2-2 here at the Wadham Lodge Stadium. Thoroughly entertaining game so far and still plenty more football to be played. Trying to intervene. Ricky Tarbard once again. Nice switch of play. And Max Sherlock has seen a lot of the ball so far at the early stages of this second half. He's gone down there and he's bought quite a soft free kick, but a free kick nevertheless. Chatting wanting to go early, and it's almost a referee that delayed in there, Bailey.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was going to just add on Stanway. Like, both their goals have probably come from unexpected, really. Not really dominating the game, and somehow it's 2-2 here. So it's got to be impressive, really. When you're not dominating, you're still getting goals.
It really does become the sign of a side, even when you're not playing your best game, but you're still finding a way to stay in it. Eventually, when you do build yourself into the game, then you're going to create a few chances. That one's overhit by Sherlock, trying to pick out Jamie Bennett, and it's going to be an opportunity for West Essex just to slow this game down for a moment. Which I think they'll welcome as well. It was offside in the end, and it looked like it was offside there, but nevertheless we're going to continue. Braithwaite being hounded by turquoise shirts. Good play there by Lewis Edwards. Commanding from the goalkeeper, Ramsey. Here is Braithwaite. Trying to send Adelani on his way. Ramsey once again. Decent little cutout though. Just for a moment, Thornton thought he was in behind. Oh, and the challenges come flying in. Fair but firm. Here is Okoye. The danger man. Lovely little reversal ball. A simple catch in the end by Lewis Edwards, but this is really turning into a feisty one now. Thornton seeing that one come out of the air. Conway. Bennett holds it up well. Joe DeBell looked like a bag of nerves in that first half. He's now doing little chops and tricks as the last man back. That's going to fall here to Reece Conway. Bennett, overlapping run from Sherlock. He puts that one towards the penalty area, and it's going to fall to Okoye. I think there was a shove in there and to begin with from George Okoye, and that's going to be a free kick for West Essex. We are going to see a couple substitutions, maybe 3 substitutions actually, for Stanway Rovers. Putting some fresh legs onto the field of play as we approach the hour mark. Freddie Cooper is going to be coming on. It looks like Max Sherlock is going off, which I'm quite surprised about, to be honest, Bailey, because he was someone that was really growing into this game.
Yeah, he was in tons of space on this left-hand side. Quite surprised to take him off. Maybe they thought he wasn't exploiting that amount of space well enough. So we'll see how it turns out.
Jordan Barnett is also coming on, as well as Harry Thomas. Jamie Bennett has made way. And we'll have confirmation of that third departure as well in just a moment. But a real change on that left-hand side, and I reckon they're going to put the ball out on towards that side as well. Okoye's just moved down the centre too, and this is giving West Essex a lot to think about at this moment. Ricky Tarbard's come over on towards this left-hand side as well.
I think Reece Conway come off. Did you say that?
And skipper Reece Conway, well spotted there, Bailey. The skipper has made way, and they've gone into what looks like a 4-2-3-1. That one is clipped long towards that left-hand side as Pascal Thornton tries to bring that one down. Nice take there. Here is Tarbard. Going to be on his wrong foot for the majority of this half an hour remaining. Nice bit of play by Callum Boland. He's won the free kick as well, and this is all going in Stanway's way. Harrison Chatting just getting quite frustrated with Ben Kelly, who usually you get a player standing in the way. You don't get a referee standing in the way too often to delay play moving forward. But it's going to be Harrison Chatting to put this one in towards that far post. The left foot of the number 4, who did get Stanway Rovers' first goal of the game. It's a decent ball in towards that penalty area. Queuing up potentially to knock this one in. Away by Braithwaite, and eventually Frederick can clear West Essex lines. And Ryan Ramsey has done really well there just to buy the free kick. I like to call that the Harry Kane style of buying a foul, just putting your body, just backing into someone, and eventually a free kick is given. Substitution now for West Essex. Oliver Travail is coming off, and Sanchez Hardy is coming on. Mac McDowell is also coming onto the field of play for the home side. As we anticipate who will be coming on for.
Looks like Thornton, doesn't it? Is that Thornton coming off there?
It is going to be Pascal Thornton. making way. Maybe, like you said earlier, he did seem to be someone that was hounding at them Stanway Rovers defenders and really putting a press on. Maybe that is a change, just to try and conserve his energy. We do have to remember that West Essex do play on Friday against Barking away from home. So potentially that could be in manager George Carter's mind. Free kick is pumped forward. There's been a free kick being called.
Yeah, Thornton seemed like a real threat in the first half, but the second half not really in the same. Maybe it's just lack of energy, lack of fitness, but you know, they've quick turnaround the game, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, hopefully Max Maddow can give a different spark and a different aspect in this attack.
It seems to me as well that Stanway have now matched, well, West Essex, sorry, have now matched Stanway with their formation. They've both gone 4-2-3-1, quite interestingly. Just noticing that Rogers has dropped in towards a position, and I'm not sure if it's going to be man for man now from the home side, but it does look like a 4-2-3-1 kind of setup. That one's hacked away by Hardy.
Go on, Cole! Go on, Cole!
Decent ball down on that left-hand side where Rowland can knock it back towards Ricky Tarber. Decent ball in on that weaker left foot of his, trying to fall towards a Coy. Chatting can pick it up though. And Jamie Shaw is ushering his side further up the field of play. 25 minutes to go in this game, Bailey. Who do you feel could potentially nick it? Or will West Essex regain their lead? They could potentially trying to do so here with Braithwaite. It's starting to get a little bit scrappy. Challenges flying in everywhere at the moment. Here is a Coy. Back towards Chatting. Now Stanley Rovers can regroup. It's going to be a tight one here, Bailey, towards the end.
Yeah, just as you were saying, they've gone like man for man, matching each other. I was going to say, well, they both just not going to match each other in the scoreline as well. Obviously, I said 2-2 before the game. I'd like to stick with that. But of course, I want to see another goal. And so as it stands, I think Stanway will nick it. They'll probably have deserved it in the second half. But I think if they do nick it, West Essex will be annoyed, especially with that first half performance. I thought they were excellent. But I'll go with it. I'll stick with my 2-2. I'll stick with my guns.
West Essex are looking to try and prove you wrong here with Zach Oliver, who sends that one high and way too far. Maybe just moving a little bit too quick there was Zach Oliver to compose himself.
Yeah, they don't look as attacking threat in the second half, Stanway Rovers. I don't know if it's they're getting a bit tired or... I mean, West Essex, sorry. I don't know if they're going a bit tired or because Stanway Rovers have sussed them out. Yeah, I'd like to see a goal. But I think with the departure of Pascal Thornton, it seems like they're most likely one to, create or even score.
It creates a bit of a different dynamic for West Essex. They were trying to play off the knockdowns of Pascal Thornton, which was bringing guys like Nathan Braithwaite into the game, Zach Oliver too. And they're trying to create similar chances, but the knockdowns are proving a little bit more tricky. Here is Callum Boland. He's just put that pass a little bit too short, and then it's an inviting one for Joel Lamb to start his charge forward. Ryan Ramsey now trying to play it in towards Adelani. Oliver sends one over the top as Lamb can bring it down nicely and put it across the face of goal. And Adelani again throwing himself at it. It's just been one of them nights for Yemi Adelani. So many maybe moments.
Very, very well worked, that chance there. Adelani again. Oh. Just feel like his goal's going to come anytime soon, but the clock is just ticking down more and more.
It's a decent by Harry Thomas, and he's gone in strongly again. Okoye takes over on towards this left-hand side, trying to create a bit of room for himself. Ed Plackett is giving him no room at all. And he's desperate for a bit of support here is Okoye. He's gone down from the challenge and Ed Plackett is furious. Does not feel he did anything wrong there. And it's been given as a free kick to Stanway Rovers. Not too sure about that one there, Bailey.
Yeah, not too sure, but it's a good chance now, though, for Stanway Rovers, and they'll see if they can just, exploit this. Clip this into the back post, not too close to the goalie for him to catch it, and just get someone to rise. Rolled it on the floor.
Yeah, Barley goes low with that one. Okoye tried to do the flick on. Wasn't the best of set pieces. That one is going to be whipped in towards the box instead. And just for a moment, there was a decent little flick on away by Ed Plackett, who got himself into a really good position at that far post just to guide it away. And they kept it alive there very well, Stanway Rovers. Henry Barley then over this corner. The in-swinger of the left foot from Barley. Better delivery and a better finish as well. Rising at the back was Joe DeBell, who looked really, really nervous at the beginning of this game. And he's a player that has just grown and grown, and now a towering header. And Stanway Rovers have taken the lead in this one.
That's a great header. And he took the captain's armband as Reece Conway went off, and he took the row and he scored as well. It's a turnaround. Not one I was expecting after half an hour, but there we go. Playing a lot better in this second half. If any team was going to score, I would have put it on Stanway Rovers.
Joe DeBell with a bullet of a header. No one was marking him though. And West Essex really have not kicked on in this second half like they were doing in the first. They've got 20 minutes to try and salvage a point after they had all three. Chatting trying to send that one over the top. That one's just going to run out of play for a West Essex throw on. Well, this will be absolutely huge for Stanway Rovers. Going from 2-0 down, now 3-2 to the good. Their next game is against Little Oakley at home, and I bet if they're watching this, they'll know they'll have a tough competition in front of them. Lamb is putting that one out of play, and Braithwaite is screaming at him to get that ball forward. Right, Stanway Rovers, who are quite content to take their time resuming play. Mac McDowell brings it down nicely. Header away by DeBell. Here is Okoye, who's been really, really prominent since moving in towards that central position. Lovely ball in by Okoye as well. It's well dealt with in the end by Lamb, only momentarily. Queuing up to put it in here is Okoye. There to knock it home is Harrison Chatting, his second goal of the game. And just like that, in the blink of an eye, Stanway Rovers 2 to the good, 4-2 up, and it's surely going to be their day now.
It's been an incredible second half from Stanway Rovers. They've kept the ball. They've looked a completely different side in this second half. If you told me at half time that Stanway Rovers were going to go on to win this game, I wouldn't have believed you. It's unbelievable. They've played so well in this second half and they've just kept the ball. They've been patient. And West Essex, do you know what? They've exploited that back line well. I think in the first half they were so tight and compact, West Essex, but Stanway Rovers, they've just played them off the park in this second half.
Moving forward once again on this right-hand side. And there's going to be a West Essex throw on. Here in the Essex Senior League at the Wadham Lodge Stadium, it's West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 4, coming from 2-0 down, now to be 4-2 up. West Essex looking for a response as Adalani can't quite get himself in behind. Here is George Frederick. McDowell giving away cheaply. Harry Thomas now. Nice feet by Thomas, but well cut out by Hardy. Thomas can let that one run. With Stanway Rovers throw on. We are going to see a substitution for the home side, I believe.
Just to touch on Harrison Chatting there, 2 great finishes for his goals as well. Slots them both home into the bottom corners. And very well composed from the midfielder there.
Thomas launching towards the penalty area. Here is Chatting, who is now making himself a little bit of a force for the Golden Boot potentially this season. That one is sent long down the line for Adalani to give chase. And can't quite get on the end of it. We are going to see the introduction of Argus Nella in just a moment for West Essex, the youngster, getting himself ready to come on. And that is going to be the final action of the day for Ryan Ramsey, who had a really, really good first half, didn't he, Ryan Ramsey? But we haven't seen too much from him in the second. Struggled to get involved.
Yeah, I was very impressed with his first half performance. Obviously, West Essex haven't been the best in the second half, so it comes along with his performance. Harrison Chatting, he's probably hoping for a hat-trick now, isn't he?
Well, holding midfielder. An unlikely hat-trick, but he's certainly on it. And moving forward here once again are Stanway Rovers, trying to create a little bit of room on that right-hand side. Here is Chatting. I'm surprised there's not screams for shoot, to be honest. Okoye. Given away though towards Braithwaite. Adalani, who just can't get himself on the ball, and you can see the frustration starting to brew on Adalani. This comeback though, this 3 points for Stanway Rovers will move them up into third place. For this evening, they were the top scorers in the division. 4 goals will certainly boost that forward as well. McDowell can't quite get there. The flag is up and that is going to be offside.
George, get into second balls, please.
So about 13 or so minutes to play in this game. West Essex, who were 2-0 up, now find themselves 2 goals behind. Can they get themselves back into this one, Bailey, or are they just going to run out of steam, do you think?
Well, they say never, but from what I'm seeing from West Essex, it's not been the best second half. To be honest, compared to the first, they've not even created really in the second half, and Stanway Rovers just look so comfortable now, don't they? So no, it's too early to call. I'm not gonna make an assumption yet. It is too early to call. But as it's looking now, I think Stanway will probably see this out. But you never know with football.
You don't. I said at the end of the first half, we expected West Essex to go into half-time 2 goals to the good. Now as we approach the 80th minute, they find themselves 2 goals behind. That one is sent one down the line. McDowell trying to pick it up from goal scorer Chatting. Here is Okoye. Back to Chatting once again. Ricky Tarbard on this left-hand side now. Poor ball though by Tarbard. He's playing a lot of his passes with his weaker left foot at this stage. McDowell, nice take, but there is Chatting playing with a lot of confidence at the moment. Braithwaite. Desperate for an option forward. He finds it with Adelani. Driving at the heart of that Stanway defence. There is Lamb. Braithwaite's ball in towards the penalty area. Headed clear. Okoye. Nice little ball there by Okoye. And Jordan Barnett just trying to hold up play for a moment. Thomas with the flick on. And Thomas intervening. And he's the wrong side here of Sanchez Hardy, but over there to help him is skipper Mitchell Adams. West Essex, who do have a FA Vars game to look forward to in the not so distant future, a second qualifying round game away to Shepherd Town and Campton. As we say, they're already out of the FA Cup, so a Vars game might be really favourable for them. And it's going to be a free kick for the away side just on the halfway line.
I think Ben Kelly, the referee tonight, he's been a little bit too soft for my liking, but he's been consistent. Is what you like to see. So, I wouldn't have thought a thing he's done, to be honest. But I do sometimes like the play to continue for some a bit of pushing and that. It's both teams do it, but he's let it. He's been soft in my opinion, but like I said, it's been consistent. So there you go. It's a good one in my books.
With consistency, and Lewis Edwards' distribution tonight has been relatively consistent, but that's a little slip there as he gives possession away cheaply to the away side. 10 minutes to play then, give or take, plus stoppage time here at the Wadham Lodge Stadium. Here is Okoye trying to make his movement down the line. That's going to be cleared as far as Braithwaite. Picked up here by Oliver. Nice turn by McDowell. Looking for the run of Lamb, and he's played it a little bit short of Lamb. It really needed to go into the space there from McDowell. Here is Chatting, chasing his hat-trick. Picked in towards that penalty area, high and deep. Thomas is able to come and pick it up on this left-hand side. The ball away cheaply, and he gives away the free kick as well. Not the best of play there by Harry Thomas, the substitute.
Get up then! Greg, get out there! Matty, 2 touches, it doesn't even need to go out there. Secure it, give it.
Edwards who kicks us towards where Adelani is. Here is McDowell. Again, that run from Lamb. This time he can't quite find Lamb once again, and it's almost Groundhog Day, same kind of pass, trying to find the same man, and he can't quite get there. Marching forward now is Mitchell Adams, giving the ball away cheaply though. A man that's not used to being this far up the field on that right-hand side. Good covering though by Sanchez Hardy, and it's going to be a Stanway Rovers throw on deep inside of West Essex's half.
Since going down, West Essex have not really created a lot, which is a surprise. You think they'd, be going for it. I think the fourth goal's probably killed them off. So, if it was only one goal to the good, I reckon we'd be seeing a more open game here with West Essex proper going for it. But it looks like they think it's over, to be honest, as much as the scoreline says it.
Long throw on then by Tarbard. De Bale with the throw on. Falling towards her. Coy on the edge of the box. Good save though by Lewis Edwards. Thunderous strike there by Coy. Now West Essex looking to try and march forward. Here is Braithwaite. Sanchez Hardy brought down there by Thomas, and I think that's going to be a yellow card.
Make the right decisions now. You can get back in it.
Just a real ferocious strike from George Okoye. And that is going to be a yellow card for Harry Thomas, the substitute. And an opportunity for West Essex to pile up the penalty area. It's got to be a decent ball in from goal scorer Nathan Braithwaite. In with that right foot of his, a high and looping delivery away from Stanway Rovers. It's fallen on the edge of the penalty area to be hit, and it's smashed to the top of the crossbar. Nella with virtually one of his first touches of the game on the stretch with the strike. Now here comes Okoye. On that left foot of his, holding the play up instead. He's got Braithwaite behind him. Played it on towards Thomas, and he gives possession away. My oh my, are things end to end just for a moment. That's going to fall towards Nella once again. It's been well intercepted. And eventually we can slow the play down with a Stanway goal kick here, Bailey.
Oh, if that went in there, just rattled the bar. That would open the game right up with 5 minutes to go. But yeah, end-to-end stuff here. Not long left, but hopefully we see more of this.
Braithwaite trying to make something happen. Lamb. A decent little ball down the line, but the flag is up on Adelani. We know the pace that Yemi Adelani possesses. He doesn't really need to go early there. Just hasn't really been his night tonight, Adelani. We know what he's capable of. Rovers taking all the time in the world. And can you blame them? They were 2-0 down in this game. Edwards sends this one long. And picks up the loose ball, and Frederick trying to find McDowell. It's going to trickle out for a Stanway Rovers throw on. As I mentioned earlier, West Essex's next game is against Barking away from home. They've got them in the Challenge Cup as well. Barking, who are playing in their FA Cup replay tonight in the first qualifying round. This Stanway Rovers free kick then is put in towards that penalty area. It's met at the far post, and the flag has gone up. Plenty of offsides tonight by Bailey. Is that a matter of going too early or good discipline from the defences?
I'd say a bit of both, really. I think, it's a ball. The ball's going to be clicked over the top. You just got to hold your run a bit, and I think sometimes players get a bit too eager. Want to beat the defender to it, gain a bit of the edge, because sometimes Alano might miss it. But yeah, plenty of offsides tonight. just slowed the game down a little, but still been a good game nonetheless. Really enjoyed it.
Mitchell Adams timing his challenge well. Keen to try and get play resumed, but I think there's just a player down here for a moment. Don't know if it's a matter of cramp. I think we're just holding the hip, so we will have a slight delay. If you're just joining us, it's West Essex 2, Stanway Rovers 4. As we've mentioned, West Essex, who were 2 to the good. Goals courtesy of Nathan Braithwaite and substituted Pascal Thornton. It was Harrison Chatting that reduced the deficit before half time to make it 2-1. Then the dream starts at the start of the second half from George Okoye with a scramble of a goal to make it 2-2. Joe DeBell with a thunderous header. And Harrison Chatting getting his second goal of the game, which makes it 4-2 at the moment. You had 2-2, Bailey, and it looked like it was going to end 2-2 just at one stage, but Stanway Rovers found the second and the third gear, and this win will push them up into third place.
Yeah, I went with 2-2. I thought Stanway, they can't keep scoring this many goals, but they've only gone and done it. That's 15 goals now, I think, in 5 games for them, which is extraordinary, really. So if there's any team you want to go and watch this season, it's going to be Stanway Rovers. There's goals galore. They've also conceded 11.
Certainly something that Jamie Shaw's side like to do is play very aggressive football. If you go off that average of the first 5 games, they score 3 goals a game. They didn't manage to score any against Woodford Town, but they did manage 7 against Sawbridgeworth. As that has deflected off of Argus Nella. And that more or less sums up West Essex's second half. And Barley then over to throw. Decent header by Jordan Barnett. There is DeBell. We've got multiple balls on the pitch just for a moment. Hardy with a bit of a looper. McDowell. Nicely done by Oliver, and is Nella trying to get one on the turn. Frederick trying to keep it in play. Sanchez Hardy sending it high and looping into the air. Nicely taken there by Harry Thomas, and he can send Callum Boland on his way. Boland to wrap this up now for Stanway Rovers, and what a miss that is by Callum Boland. I mean, I don't think it will matter in the long run, but I mean, that really should be 5-2.
Oh, I can't believe he's missed that. That would have wrapped it up surely, but they're probably going to get the win. But Boland, he's not going to be happy at the full-time whistle. He's just hit the side netting. He's gone round the defender. He's gone round the goalie. I don't know if he needed to really, but he just closed off the angle even more for himself. But he still should score.
He's going to be frustrated with himself, isn't he? There's Braithwaite with a little header on, but it's going to be easily taken. And that surely will be enough for Stanway Rovers. Callum Boland's blushes will be spared, as the work has been done by Harrison Chatting, George Okoye and Joe DeBell on the score sheet. Jordan Barnett using his body well. Here goes Joel Lamb once again. Put one in towards the box. There is DeBell, who can pump it down the line. Here is George Okoye, racing at a weary defence. Decent ball in behind, and it has to be tapped in now by Thomas, but Lewis Edwards with a fantastic save, and I'll tell you what, it's a good job Stanway Rovers are 4-2 up, because that is two glaring opportunities they have missed now.
That's a great save from Edwards, but that's another chance they've got to score. I can't believe it again. Like you said, it's lucky. Lucky it's 4-2. Wow, two big chances there and not taken.
They're going to sit this one in the corner. McCoy using every single trick in the book to slow the play down. Braithwaite does win the throw on, to the surprise of the coaching staff there for Stanway Rovers. And Delaney brings it down. Braithwaite helps it on. Our referee Ben Kelly quite happy for this to continue. Nicely taken down there by Oliver. Here is Braithwaite. Braithwaite strike! He's sent high and wide, and that's probably going to be the last action of this game in what has been an enthralling contest. And it looks like West Essex are going to fall short despite being 2 goals up in this one. Knocks this one long, and Thomas helps it on. Hardy down the line, and maybe we'll get 1 or 2 more attacks. Lamb just trying to get there, can only help it onto where Thomas is, but Lamb can intervene again. Punting this one down the line. And there is full time. Stanway Rovers come from 2 goals behind to win 4-2 in a fabulously entertaining game of football. It'll be a day of what-ifs for West Essex and a day of incredible comebacks for Stanway Rovers. Bailey Shorter has been joining me, Lewis Henderson. Bailey, that was absolutely incredible by Stanway Rovers to come back and win in that fashion.
Yeah, especially after that first half performance, I thought West Essex were the far better side, but that second half they were 10 times better. It just shows there they did take their chances in that second half well before the ending, but you know, yeah, they were a lot better. They kept the ball well, they were patient. And West Essex, they looked completely different from that first half to the second. The defence wasn't as compact, you know, and Stanway Rovers just could find their way through and, you know, exploiting them to win this game.
Exploited them indeed. Let's quickly remind you of how that game did unfold. Nathan Braithwaite and Pascal Thornton making it 2-0 to West Essex, and then just before the break, Harrison Chatting making it 2-1. And just at the start of the second half, inside the first 30 seconds, George Okoye with a goal to make it 2-2. Then Joe DeBell and Harrison Chatting getting on the score sheet once again to make it 4-2 and pick up all 3 points for Stanway Rovers. Do hope you have enjoyed coverage of this one. 3 points for Stanway Rovers in the Essex Senior League. I've been Lewis Henderson, joined by Bailey Shorter. Do hope you have enjoyed coverage, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now. Excellent. Good stuff. Good. That was a
Cheers,
good one.
cheers. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, well done, well done.
Yes, thank you. Saturday.
I'm not sure. I have to let you know. What time? 3 o'clock. Okay. I'll have to let you know.
yeah, I won't be. I'm afraid. I'm a bit busy on Saturday. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Cheers. Yeah, really enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well done, everyone. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, no problem, man. Safe journeys home, yeah?